Today we have to discuss one topic, development leading to Bohr model of atom. This topic is from the chapter Structure of Atom. So in development leading to Bohr model of atom, let us discuss first wave nature of electromagnetic radiations, which is also called electromagnetic wave theory. This electromagnetic wave theory was put forward by James Clerk Maxwell in 1864. The main points of this theory are: number one, the energy emitted from any source continuously in the form of radiations called radiant energy. What is the meaning of source? Source means like the heated rod or the filament of a bulb through which electric current is passed. Number 2 point, the radiations consist of electric and magnetic field oscillating perpendicular to each other and both perpendicular to the direction of propagation of the radiation. Number 3, the radiations possesses wave character and travel with the velocity of light, that is 3 into 10 raised to power 8 meter per second. Therefore, the radiations are called electromagnetic radiations or electromagnetic waves because they possess wave character and travel with the velocity of light. These waves do not require any medium for propagation. For example, rays from sun reach through space, which is a non-material medium. Now, next, some important characteristic of a wave. What are the characteristic of a wave? Number 1, wavelength. What is wavelength? It is a distance between two consecutive crest or trough. What is crest? The upper region of a wave is called crest and the depth of a wave is called trough. So what are two consecutive trough? This and this is called consecutive crest and the distance between these two is called lambda, wavelength, and the distance between two consecutive trough is also called lambda, and lambda is expressed in angstrom or meter or centimeter or nanometer. What is A? A is amplitude. Amplitude means height of the crest or the depth of the trough. 1 angstrom is equal to 10 raised to 8 centimeter or is equal to 10 raised to minus 10 meter. 1 nanometer is equal to 10 raised to minus 9 meters. 1 picometer is equal to 10 raised to minus 12 meter. These units, they are very important. You must know 1 angstrom is equal to 10 raised to minus 8 centimeter. Students, you have to learn these because these are very important to solve the numericals related to wave. Now, second point, frequency. What is frequency? It is defined as number of waves passing a point in 1 second. So, number of waves that pass a point in 1 second is called frequency, and frequency is denoted by nu. Nu is expressed in hertz or cycle per second or second inverse. 1 hertz is equal to 1 cycle per second. And third important characteristic of a wave is wave number. What is wave number? It is defined as number of waves present in 1 centimeter length. And wave number is represented by mu bar. As we have expressed frequency by symbol nu, you have to represent wave number nu and you have to place a bar on nu. So mu bar is called wave number. It is a reciprocal of wavelength. Mu bar is equal to 1 by lambda. It is expressed in meter inverse or centimeter inverse. Next, fourth important property of a wave or characteristic of a wave is velocity. Velocity of a wave is defined as linear distance traveled by wave in 1 second. It is represented by c and expressed in meter per second. So, what is the relationship between c, velocity of a wave, lambda, wavelength of a wave, and nu, frequency of a wave? C means velocity. It is equal to the product of frequency and wavelength. because as we know that frequency is the number of waves passing through a point per second and lambda is the length of each wave. So their product will give us velocity of a wave. So C is equal to mu into lambda. These all relationships or formulas are very important for calculating the numericals. Now next, electromagnetic spectrum. What is electromagnetic spectrum? The different types of electromagnetic radiations differ. How they differ? They differ in their wavelengths and hence frequency. When these electromagnetic radiations differ only in their wavelength and when electromagnetic radiations are arranged in order of their increasing wavelength and decreasing frequencies, the complete spectrum obtained is called electromagnetic spectrum. So these are the electromagnetic radiations: cosmic rays, gamma rays, X-rays, UV rays, ultraviolet rays, visible rays, infrared rays, microwaves and radio waves. So they are arranged on the basis of their increasing lambda means wavelength and decreasing frequency. So the waves having highest or maximum wavelength is called radio waves or minimum frequency are radio waves. So these waves, they are arranged on the basis of their increasing wavelength and decreasing frequency. So this is electromagnetic spectrum. When these all electromagnetic radiations, they are arranged on the basis of their increasing wavelength or decreasing frequency, then the complete spectrum will be obtained, which is called as electromagnetic spectrum. Now next, what are the limitations of electromagnetic wave theory? The wave theory which we have discussed, it suffers from some of the limitations. So electromagnetic wave theory was successful in explaining the properties of light such as interference, diffraction, etc. But it could not explain, number one, the phenomena of black body radiations. It could not explain the phenomena of black body radiations. Second, photoelectric effect. Third, the variation of heat capacity of solids as a function of temperature. And number four, line spectrum of hydrogen with special reference to hydrogen. So these are the four limitations of electromagnetic wave theory. Now let us discuss number one, black body radiations. What are black body radiations? If a substance is being heated, is a black body. What is a black body? Which is a perfect absorber or perfect radiator of energy, that is, which can emit and absorb all frequencies. So a body which can emit or absorb all frequencies, the radiations emitted is called black body radiations. Number two, photoelectric effect. This photoelectric effect is very important. When radiations with frequency greater than minimum frequency is mu naught, strikes the surface of the metal, electrons are ejected from the surface of the metal, called photoelectric effect. Means when radiations of frequency greater than minimum frequency strikes the surface of metal, electrons are get ejected from the surface of metal is called photoelectric effect. The electrons which are emitted are called photoelectrons. So mu naught, the minimum frequency, is called threshold frequency. The minimum energy means the minimum energy h mu naught, which is the electron is ejected, is called work function mu naught. Means minimum energy E, or it is represented by mu naught. E means energy or mu naught means work function. It is equal to h mu naught. What is h? H here is Planck's constant, and the value of Planck's constant is 6.626 into 10 raised to power minus 34 joule second. So this is very important. E is equal to, or work function is equal to h mu naught. Now next important topic is particle nature of electromagnetic radiations. Max Planck in 1900 gave a theory called Planck's quantum theory. This theory was extended by Einstein in 1905. And what are the main points of particle nature of electromagnetic radiations? Number one, the radiant energy is emitted or absorbed not continuously, but discontinuously in the form of small discrete packets of energy. Each such packet of energy is called quantum. In case of light, the quantum of energy is called photon. Very important. In case of light, the quantum of energy is called as photon. Point. The energy of each quantum is directly proportional to frequency of radiation. So, E energy is directly proportional to nu frequency. E is equal to h mu, where h is proportionality constant. H is also called Planck's constant, and the value of Planck's constant is equal to 6.626 into 10 raised to the power minus 27 erg second, or 6.626 into 10 raised to the power minus 34 joule second. Third point, the total amount of energy emitted or absorbed by a body will be some whole number quanta. E is equal to nh mu. N is an integer which may be 1, 2, 3, 4. We know that mu frequency is equal to c by lambda. So E is equal to nhc by lambda. This relationship is very important for calculating the numericals. In numericals, you have to calculate energy, or you may have to calculate frequency or velocity of light or wavelength of a light. So these are the points of particle nature of electromagnetic radiations. So last, dual nature of electromagnetic radiations. Dual means double nature of electromagnetic radiations. Some properties of light like diffraction, interference can be explained only if we consider light to have wave nature. These important diffraction, interference, these properties, diffraction and interference, they are explained if we consider light as wave, whereas some other properties such as black body radiation, which we have discussed, and photoelectric effect can be explained if we consider light as particle. So light behaves as wave as well as particle. So light is said to have dual nature, means light will behave as wave as well as particle. Wave on the basis of properties like diffraction and interference, and particle on the basis of the properties such as black body radiations and photoelectric effect. So thus light is said to have dual nature, which behaves as wave and as a stream of particles. This was explained by Einstein in 1905. Thank you.